How many times I got to let y'all bitches know I'm why so many bitches wanna take my flow? I'm too hot, too dope, flow like that pink Chris and mimosa. Who the fuck doper? Niggas wanna run up in my spot.
Vibes. Look, Baby Go 2 is reloaded. Got the hottest tape in the streets right now. Yeah. Listen, look, they done broke up the tongue and now they got me started. Used to post in a vacant apartment, shoot like a rapper but move like an artist. Only see blue when I run out this coffin. Listen, think it's time that I clear up the rumors about who got the city on offense. I am not shorty, they see I'm maneuver, cause when I be stepping, moving them stompers, I get that motivation to the realest. I'm missing in my bag and now my feelings. I make a couple thousand for my minutes, trippy little step on mommy little minutes. I see him throwing shots but I don't feel it. We don't even know your block to go and spin it. Please you going, I already did it. The money is showing, made it up for citizens. Got up the court, I fell in love with the court. I cannot play for no lackers. Run on the tour, realized I had to see more. You be dumb, we still go backwards. Girl is a cross, she only beat for the sport till we catch you ain't here while I asked her. Move like a boss, I fell in love with my source and I heard it until a rapper. Hold on, that's tough. I just straight out the town, that's us. Told them I got the crown. That what if the homies ain't feeling your sound? That's much. Way too booked in around, that's much. I left my dog and I found bad luck. If you play with my name, you a clown. That's us for my team to LA. I am now that up. No, I'm not underrated, that's an understatement. I'm the hottest coming off the bleacher. Went from my mother basement to 100 stages. I remember saving up for sneakers. Got me a deal before I got a feature. I was convinced to play me on his speaker. Body like never let nobody reach her. If he gon' say it, do it on a Nina. Flow unlocked. Way too small, I don't know no op. Say to my lane, now I know nuts up and they know what I think cause they know my block. I put in 50 froze up rocks, so I go ahead and take it, go show my knock. Mama gon' pray cause she know my fuck. I'm just trying to get paid to control my spot. Clack, 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 boom! Hottest in the city, you already know it. Baby Go 2 reloaded. Clack!
Yo, what's good, YouTube? You already know, man. It's your boy LaRon, female rap elite. You know what I'm saying? I had to come back. I've been going for a little minute. So, you know, I was like, I got a little free time tonight. So let me come see my people them. You know, I'm after they've been vacant from the spot. So, you know, I'm gonna have to come down and, you know, young Devin. Today was just a great day. Nicki new photos, young Devin new freestyle, Hot 97. She blazed that shit, killed Ice Spice beats. So shout out to young Devin. Yeah. You know, it's so crazy. Also, I must say, right? I don't know what it is, but first and foremost, make sure that you thumbs up this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time that we go live. So on Monday, right? So young Devin posted in her stories and she was just like, oh my God, like it's something, you know, big in my career is coming up this week. And I don't know why, but in 0.5 seconds, I responded and I was like, it's flex, ain't it? And she was like, yeah, but don't say nothing. And I was so happy that she confirmed it with me. She was like, don't say nothing. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was so happy and excited to see her on that platform because that's #1 New York City. That's #1, you know, it syndicates also, but she deserved that shit and she killed that shit. So we're going to get into that later. So shout out to young Devin. You know, support her new EP, Baby Go 2 out. Yo, you know what? I don't know if y'all was on Twitter today, right? But did you see that? Did you see that Lotto has a song called Baby Goat? I seen that shit today. I said, stop fucking playing with me because I will get banned over that shit. Nicki Minaj following all. Young Devin following all. I will get banned over that. Lotto was calling herself Baby Goat? Since when? I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard it. So listen, make sure that you support the channel. Please make sure that you super chat, Cash App, you know, the content creators that you love and support. Shout out to, what's her name? I think her name is Hala. What's up, Mrs. V? Hala, she turned 97 years old today. I want to see if she's still on YouTube. Let me see if she's on YouTube right now. I want to bring her YouTube up real quick, but she turned 97 years old. Her channel is called Frappe Lottery and Laughs. Let me see if they still live. Oh, they just went off. Yep, she turned 97 years old today. I watch her channel. Like one of my friends put me onto her, so I watch her channel. So I was gonna bring it up if they were still live, but she don't be playing. She 97. She was like, "Thank you all for all the love." Like between Facebook and fucking YouTube, she had like 16,000 people watching her live. She was like, "Thank you for all the love and keep sending the money." People were sending $100 donations, $25 donations. I was like, "Damn, get it." You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those people, like, I get annoyed by certain people who say that they, you know, they don't like old people. What do you mean you don't like old people? You're going to grow old one day. You get wisdom from old people when you're around old people. Any person who says something like that, just be wary of their ass. Oh, shit. You ever take a pull of your weed and then a piece of the weed go down your throat? You feel like you choking. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, I'm gonna have to just come back. It's been too long since you've been gone. It feels good when I'm with you. I miss you. Come back home. When I was going live tonight, I was thinking about what I was gonna say, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna sing that song. Not a Scooby-Doo snack. Yes, I love Holla. I watched some of her live today too. Yeah. Thank you, Mrs. V. I appreciate that. What's up, Elizabeth? What's up, Kyrie? Yeah, so we're gonna talk about Nicki Minaj. She did an interview with was it ID magazine with JT. I didn't read the interview, so tonight will be the first time me reading that interview and getting into that. We're gonna talk about that. We also gonna show the Young Devin freestyle from Hot 97. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. It's like, of course we know Cardi, obviously she's quiet. Takeoff's funeral is this week. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody say. I feel sometimes even after like when I said it in my last video, I was like, do you feel bad about this? Would you? No, I don't feel bad about this because Cardi B made herself known in a social media type of way. Like, you know what I'm saying? She made herself known. And you mean to tell me that the only way that you could get off social media is somebody pass away? Like, that's the only time you take breaks. You ain't posting no stories, nothing. And that bullshit retweet is not no honor. Y'all need to put some words out. What you gonna wait until after the funeral on Friday and you gonna come back with this whole statement? Like, people be so calculated, and I hope they don't do that off that man's death. I hope they don't. If you ain't say nothing now, go to that funeral on Friday and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Let Offset do it. Keep it moving. Because it's like you a social media hoe. I'm sorry, but you are. You post everything. You got comment on everything. I ain't seen no long tweet or nothing saying, oh my God. I would have felt like, Cardi's a little real. If I was like, oh my God, we weren't speaking or nothing. Speak some truth. Ain't you known for being a real bitch, so they say? Put some truth out there. Come on. I'm telling you, if I was a friend of somebody and if I had any way to tap in to see who talked about me, who posted, you damn right I would be mad. You ain't even honor me, but you could run online and change your profile picture to another rap girl and on some dumb shit. Like, Cardi is dumb to me. I'm sorry. She always will be. She taking, and the only reason she's silent right now, she riding on the damn empathy of this shit, even though it's not related to her. Yeah. We was nice for about a week, baby. Don't you see that engine revving? We was nice to her about a week. About a week, baby. Getting a little old now. Getting a little old now. So yeah. That interview was hold on. What'd you say? That interview was it was. What's up, Bobby? She was probably the reason why. No, don't say that, Tina. Don't say that. He wasn't. Cardi wasn't the reason why he passed. They will around. They always use the dead. They do. They're gonna come back with some song. It's like I don't understand. Literally, she goes on. Hold on a second. Let me bring this up real quick. Oh man, I got to start being more consistent on my YouTube. YouTube is like work. It's like promoting. It's like when you don't go live and you don't stay consistent, you kind of fall out of the algorithm. So you got to kind of build it all back up. You know what I'm saying? You really do sometimes, just depending on how new or how achieved your channel is. Like you just got to just keep it moving. But shit, it is what it is. So let me bring this up right here. Hold on. Okay. She using it as a distraction so she can't put out music. Yeah, she's trying to ride off off of that. And you know what? That's to say be human. We know that she feels something. That's her man's people. We know she feels something. We know within these years from when she popped off, she's been around them. They all been around each other. I don't want to reduce her pain or anything. What I'm trying to say is any other time something is going on, you did that shit for what's that guy name who did the track with you ain't got you run it'll do it gonna pick me up something in the coop. Hey, he ain't alive, he the truth. What song is that? Who you know what I'm talking about? And I don't feel bad about it either because that's not a person who I listen to say music like that. It's on the tip of my tongue though. Nicki Minaj and You know who I'm talking about. I don't even mean to be disrespectful. I'm sorry. I'm not one of those people. I promise you. You ever know people come up to you like, I don't know if this was ever popular where you was from. They always come up to you and be like, "Do you know this person? You don't know what's the name?" And I used to look at people like they fucking stupid. You fill your brain up with all these street fucking hood rats, and you feel like you popular because you know their name. No, I don't know them. I don't know them. No, I don't. I don't. No, you don't know what's the name. I'm looking at them like, no, I don't. No, do you? The fuck? PNB, no disrespect. So yeah, PNB Rock. She came online and went into this whole diatribe about PNB Rock, but you ain't said a word and you're a social media star. You were bred off of social media. So I would assume that you would have a tweet or something. Wait, it's gonna be something. I hope that listen. I hope that is not, but hopefully Offset, he probably gonna have something coming. They were all close. And I'm telling you, when you lose somebody and you ain't speaking, ooh, that shit hurt. That shit hurt. And you know what you've contributed to. You know. You know. So yeah, it's like, where's the love? They go into all these huge essay length responses and responding to fans, and they can't say, "Oh my God, rest in peace, take off." You know what's so crazy? You always looking for viral hit tweets. You should have put something out there to say that, you know what, people need to mend something, but that ain't in your heart. It ain't in your heart. And can't no Offset control you getting on the phone. Can't no label, can't no nothing. Can't nobody stop you from speaking on nothing. And you know what? I don't even want to ponder on what I was thinking when this first shit started happening, because listen, it's a lot of shit that I was questioning, and I ain't gonna say it through this microphone. But shit, you already know when you trying to crack some shit immediately, and when for some shit for me, when something first starts happening, and I start thinking about who ain't talking, and first I'm thinking like, was this a setup and all of this shit? But no, I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm with okmag.com. I definitely do agree that her silence is like, come on, I understand the grieving process and all of that shit. I get it. I understand it's tragic. It's fatal, right? But it's like, you could say everything else and you can do a funky ass retweet from Complex. That's not from you. That's not honoring. I don't understand why all of those blogs ran stories saying that she honored him. That's not honoring. Do not fucking honor me by retweeting some shit from a source. You use your words and you tell me how the fuck you felt, and you put a word out, put a statement out as a friend or somebody who's been affiliated or close to me. Don't fucking retweet me. The fuck is you talking about? That's not a friend. That ain't no friend. I'm sorry. It is funny style. So anyway, let's bring up the this blog. Actually, let me go to the shade room. I don't want to discount them. I just know that I seen through passing that the neighborhood talk has some information. So uh about Takeoff's funeral is going to take place on Friday, right? And they're having it at the arena in Atlanta. Let me see. Sorry, don't fucking retweeting that's nah. That's like somebody wishing your friend happy birthday and you retweeting them and you ain't saying happy birthday. It's a fucking difference. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Tell me if you think I'm wrong. If your friend, and we ain't saying that was his best friend, but if somebody who you was just around or whatever, somebody who you know, if it was their birthday and say your one friend wished them happy birthday and you just retweeted it, that's not saying happy birthday. And sad to say, there are some people in life who would really question you as like, I retweeted it. Like, that's not happy birthday. And there's some people who really feel like that may be acknowledgement, or it may be their little abusive way of not wishing you happy birthday and playing stupid. So all this attention for Nikita Dragon. So let's see. I'm trying to find the post about Takeoff. Adidas will. You know what's so crazy? Now I understand what Nicki was saying, right? I completely understand what Nicki Minaj was saying in regards to that whole Grammy situation. This story has been out for over 2 weeks. This story has been out. I've seen this already. Adidas will continue to sell Ye shoe designs without the Yeezy name. They said that already. You know what I'm saying? Is it somebody pushing this shit out because they trying to hurt Kanye more on some shit? Because this has already been told. Like, is it a slow news day and this person they responsible for 5 articles a day and they had to get in an article? What are you doing? Because this is not new. Hold on a second. Let me go on the side because I want to prove it. It is easy. And what was the word they used? Adidas Yeezy Designs. Let me Google that. I swear you, they said this weeks ago. They said it was at least a week or two ago when this whole shit was going on. This is not new. I do see a couple of people are starting to repost it now. 10 hours ago, a few sites are saying that, but I've already seen that. Hold on. Yeah, thank you. And this ain't even the original site that I seen it on. Let me stop sharing this real quick. That's how you could tell people be on some bullshit. Like, and I don't know why all of those websites reposted it today. So this is sneaker news, and they said Adidas severs ties with Ye, claims ownership of all Yeezy designs. So what was the purpose? Like, is this not the same thing? Claims all ownership of all Yeezy designs. I don't understand. Like, what is the big news today? So it's like y'all trying to push this shit and just force some other news, some headline out. Like, to me, that shit is stupid. It's dumb because you clearly see what it is. All right, so I ain't even wasting my time reading that article because I read that shit 2 weeks ago. So resurface. You know what's so crazy? I heard some people, I didn't hear them. I mean, I seen some people on Twitter. They was talking about how they was mad at Armand because he made some comments about Young Miami daughter or some shit. I just want to say I didn't even see what y'all said that he said. So maybe I should go check that out and see what the hell he said about her daughter. But nope, I ain't even gonna say that. I do know when I seen that photo shoot that she did with her daughter, I don't know. That's why I keep my comments to myself. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Business as usual. So anyway, shout out to Spice. So Spice came out today. She cleared up the rumors that, that she was ill, but people try to make it seem like she had like a heart attack and, all this other things related to plastic surgery. First and foremost, when I look at her perform as of recent, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like girls are always going for maintenance and certain things like that. But maintenance can be like a massage. It can be like, just things like that. But I didn't think that she was going under the knife because her body looks like she's ready, like to perform, do whatever. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? So she came today and she said, "Thank you, Jesus, for saving my life. Hey, besties, I'm in a better place today to properly update you on the current health situation. I suffered a damaged hernia a few days ago and sent my body into sepsis. As a result, I was rushed to the hospital for immediate surgery. As you know, I've been off social media for a while to rest mentally. So little did I know that during my medical scare that it was already said that I had a heart attack, I was in a coma, and I already died. None of that is true. However, I'm still recovering for what really happened. So thanks so much for all the prayers and concerns. Please take great care of yourself. Eat, live, love, laugh, and it's to your last day. I love you all so much." And you're done. No, Gracie, always go be herself. So guess it's no more jumping off the speaker boxes for me. To all the promoters that have confirmed booking with me, please accept my humble apology. Came in, you up next for the 25th of this month. However, I'll see you later date. Any other information, there's always a contact in my bio. So yeah, so she ain't have nothing related to no plastic surgery. Let me tell you something. I want to say this and not even being like, yo, a lot of the media that's in Jamaica, I don't even know their names, but I feel like, real talk, because I be watching a lot of their blogs on YouTube, but I can tell that it's like they want that. I think what they see is that people benefit off having tea pages, tea blogs and shit. Even when Nicki did that collaboration with the Fine Nine, all of the Jamaican papers was saying that Spice, what did they say? Wasn't they saying that Nicki teamed up with Spice to diss Shensia or some shit like that? They made it into a negative thing. A lot of those little blogs over there, they be like, a lot of them support Spice, but they do be hating on her too. It's just like, because she's one of the top women from Jamaica. Me personally, I don't know. You want me to be honest? I don't know what this is, right? I am a fan of talent, but I don't know. It's not even it's not even attraction as far as like what I like, but I don't know. I love all of the female rappers, but I love the chocolate girls. And I'm just tired of seeing the mediocre light-skinned girls winning with no talent. It's like I ain't trying to be funny today, right? Now, people might call you. You might think that this example, if you follow me on Instagram, you could think it's redundant or whatever. But everybody don't get posted on my page, and I have people who DM me or they might go through my page and like everything because they might be a rapper and they're trying to get me to see them so I could post their shit, but it don't go like that. Don't get it twisted. This is female rap elite. You know this shit. I'm being serious. Like when I made my name, I didn't just do a filler. I only talk about the best female rappers. Honestly, that's my niche. That's my niche. That's my shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be like, when it be certain things going on, I know people might angle stories on like, different artists like Ice Spice or like a Lotto or something like that. But that shit really don't get me going. I don't like Lotto like that. They don't get me going. So I show love to the artists who I like a lot of like lyrical female rappers. Like, I like a lot of them. So if I fuck with it, I do. If I don't, I don't. Yes, please hit the like button and subscribe. Shitty is shady as hell. We remember her tweet. Remember she came out, she was like, I'm happy I don't kiss ass. You just mind you did the collaboration with Megan Thee Stallion, the one that sipped that Don Julio by the gallon, went and got her bachelor's out in Calabasas with them bastards, sleeping on a mattress, fake moaning like an actress. But yeah, she got that collaboration with Megan and it didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't do nothing. Megan got in that video and did that same popping to the ground and jumping. Like that shit is tired. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's also Megan. What type of new shit she gonna be on for her new album? I feel like she needs to go in a different direction with this album, Megan. You gotta switch this shit up. We tired of the slut music. Like, we tired of it. Hey everybody, I'm happy I made the live. It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute for me too. So I'm still trying to jump back into the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Trying to jump back into the algorithm. So Lotto and Ice Spice are not talented at all. At all. How can I do that? Only chose. That's like what? I'm telling you, it's these like what rappers that's in New York City. And that's why I'm happy Devin skated on her fucking beat. Like, but she loves, let me tell you something that I love about young Devin. She shows love to all of the ladies. You know what I'm saying? She do. And I know for a fact. And the thing is, she follows me. So I know she be seeing me talking shit. But she don't subscribe to that. I feel like this. And you know what? My friend Tanya TKO put me onto this. And she said, you know what? Because for a little bit, we would talk about certain things, but we don't talk about music when we do talk, right? So she said, you know what? I experienced this because she's been to industry parties before. She said, you know what? You know how like the conversation, like how we have in the fandoms or like, the fans or whatever you call this, the commentary section of YouTube. But she was just like behind the scenes, the people they're all happy for each other. And they're just happy that, they made it. She said that was the energy that she observed. She was just like, no matter how, you didn't like a person or whatever, when they were there at those parties or they was, cheering on a person or whatever, like, getting awards, they were just happy that they made it. So, we pick shit apart like, oh, you a fraud, you will write your shit. And I always do that shit. You a fraud. You don't write your shit. You're a handbag rapper. You want to be this black girl magic in this shit, talking about these expensive cars that you look stupid in with that French Montana fucking video. That shit flopped with fucking who? Who's that song Nicki was on? Ball for You? What's that nigga name? Post Malone? Yeah. No, he got the song with Doja right now? Right. In the car looking fucking stupid. So did you see that Lotto CARDI song? No, I just seen that Lotto had a song called Baby Goat today, and I just did not like that shit when I seen it. You know what I'm saying? So did I even finish this article? Yeah, I did finish it. So shout out to Spice. She's somebody who I love. I've been following Spice for a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? It feels good to see like, certain artists that you've been following for a while that, they do get that kind of, I can't even say global because Spice has been performing all over the Caribbean, shit like that too. That's why I feel the same way about young Devin. It's just like, people I feel like she deserves, she's going to build her way and make her way, but she's already done a lot, like performing like overseas and like really getting to it. Like even, from an artist scope, like not saying it's all about money, but just really being an artist. And I think with me, let me ask you this. I see a lot of people who champion new artists or whatever, right? But ask yourself this reason, and maybe you don't think that deep. I kind of like I want to know the story behind it. You want to know why? Because Ice Spice could have went in the studio. We seen that she's been recording music for a while, right? But she did something that made it that caught on or whatever, right? But I'm not a psychic. I can't tell you what the future will be, but I feel like if she's an artist, she better keep cranking those hits out because I think Bikini Bottom beat is hot or whatever. I didn't like how she rapped over it. What I'm trying to say is that I was looking at the radio shit today, right? And I see that her song Munch, it's like, let me see it right now, actually. Let me see if it picked up since then. Because I'm getting like by the end of the year, you're gonna be on to the next. And if Bikini Bottom don't carry it, which I don't feel like it is, tell me, you put me on. Is Bikini Bottom getting played or how people reacting to that? I didn't play it. Like after the first day, I streamed it and seeing what it was about, and I was like, oh, it just sounded like something I heard already, like from her. So it didn't really like intrigue me, but I did like to hear Young Devin rap on it. And I was wondering like what beat was she gonna rap over? So that was perfect. Let me see. I want to go to Corb. Let me go to Corb real quick. I want to see what Munch is at. The last I checked, Munch was at 8 million. And to me, any gain from a small independent artist is important, but that's about to fall back. Let's see. Ice Spice, where's she at? Ice Spice, she gained 80,000. That's not really gaining like that. Like that's a gain, but that's going to slow down. Like it ain't going, that's what I'm saying. I'm not psychic, but I can't really call it. But to me, it's going to slow down. And this is how I feel personally. And I feel like all artists should adapt this shit. Say you got a song right now, right? Say you write a song today, you release it today, it's a hit. Everybody loves it. For weeks is going up. If there's not a small part or a big part in your mind, like what's the follow-up? You should always be knowing what's the next thing? What's the next thing? Unfortunately, it's one of those fucking not even when you were unsigned, like you still kind of think like that, like what's next? Like, you know what I'm saying? You always got to be in that mode. Like, what is next? Okay, I did this. What is next? What is next? It keeps you going. It keeps you looking. You know what I'm saying? You have to be like that because then if not, you ain't got nothing to chase it with. And that's how we got that. How can I do what I'm already chose? Like, good in my body, I do what I want to. You do things funny, you couldn't have mine. And you got all these stupid ass people on YouTube. I mean, on fucking Twitter talking about, oh my God, Ice Spice means what she says she's chose. What was that dumb shit somebody said? It was so many people dragging their ass in the comments. It was like they was trying to be so deep. That's my shit. I don't care. What's up, Zay? If the party not lit, then why would I go? I don't know. She got that same New York City flow. If the bro's gonna up it, I'm doing it. I can't dig it. I'm not jacking it at all. At all. You know what I'm saying? So Ice Spice, do your thing. We'll see what happens. Maybe Drake is giving her some sort of signals that he want to fuck and he gonna put her on the music and hopefully that'll take her off and she'll get like a Carisha, two bad bitches kissing in the rape, kissing in the rape. And then she kind of just be a household name like that. Because from what I see, that Munch is about to fall back. I'm telling you, that shit gonna fall back by the end of it. If it's been out, you got to realize this. Munch is not new. People been on that for what? Over how many weeks? It's been on that for like over how many weeks? It still ain't cracked top 100. That's 11 million. So it's like, I feel like it has a lot to do with the label too. A lot of people said, I don't know anybody's finances, but they were saying today that she signed a $3 million record deal. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that? I don't know. Listen, I don't. Sounds good. And I feel like this. There has to be some sort of precedence with getting signed. And I'm not saying that everybody is not worth 3 million, especially if they don't have that big, huge bubble and buzz before they drop, right? But Ice Spice to just come out of nowhere with one song with 8 million impressions on radio. No, sweetheart. If you got 3 million, they need to put that bag up then. Because if they gave you 3 million, half that shit gonna be gone. Because if we start seeing the radio rise now, because we seeing for the past 2 to 3 weeks, this song ain't really been doing shit. People just been liking it and streaming it. She's just a new pretty female rapper face on the scene. Let's keep it real. Like that's all it is. It's just another female rap face on the scene. She's pretty. She got a nice ass and she looks good. You understand what I'm saying? Her song is a little catchy, but what I'm saying is, it's like it's not growing that fast, not as fast as the way that they try to like hype it. So no, I don't think it is. So she need to work on something that's gonna follow that up. And I don't think Bikini Bottom is good enough to follow that up. That's gonna be on some hood shit. Niggas in the hood gonna be on that shit and be like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? The little, you know. Zay said, that's my shit. Chloe and Lotto song is Bubbling Under. I ain't even listened to that song, true say. I ain't even listened to that song. When I'm so controlling over how, like, I don't listen, man. It was no reason for me to listen to that. It's what is it? Today is Wednesday. If I ain't listen to it by then, I'm just gonna have to catch it when they play it. That all. She thought she was feeling her. She thought we was feeling her. Gem 21 talking about what happened to the sound. Another person trying to throw me off of my commentary. Let me put you on timeout and let you think about what you just said. There's always people doing that. I don't know why they get a kick out of just trying to like get you to respond or like, you know what I'm saying? Let me make you think about what you did. So let's see. What's up, Lala? They like her because she light skinned and a big butt and she's fucking mediocre. She is. She's mediocre. Then they want to take these mediocre whores on tour and be a straight boy. Came out at Rolling Loud, looking at the crowd. My friend likes Bikini Bottom. Yeah, my friend does too. Oh man, how can I lose when I'm already chose? Like, oh god, this is like a virus. It's a virus. So anyway, let's get this off of the screen. Let's go back to the blog because I'm trying to find a post about Takeoff funeral services. I think it might be below. Give me a sec. Also, I wanted to talk about that baby situation, right? About when people talking shit about the baby and how the tickets was half off and shit like that. Why don't nobody say no shit about that when CARDI can't sell no tickets, but y'all trying to embarrass him because he did something against the industry terms or whatever, so they not feeling him? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like now y'all trying to go extra hard. To me, like that's why he posted that video today, because it's just like they trying to like make it appear like, listen, first and foremost, no artist is going to be successful in this day and time of music if they're not getting supported from playlists and all different types of shit like that. You know that they pulled the plug on him. Stop trying to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? Like, please. He did the numbers Megan do without the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Listen. They would try to make you feel like, and they want you to start thinking he's less than and he's devalued because, you know, his tickets is so low and buy one, get one. But wasn't somebody selling their tickets for $5? Ain't even nothing wrong with that. People do free shows all the time. But please. Oh my God, this shit was crazy. Who remember that shit? Yo. Roommates, tag all the people who used to put in your top friends on MySpace back in the day. I know Nicki was in my top friends at one time. I had all of my Nicki. Foxy Brown, she wasn't really a MySpace like that, but yeah, used to be so happy. You know, you used to open your shit up and it'll say new comments. You'd be like, oh shit. I remember that's back when I had my motherfucking I had a freestyle off of a Cameron beat and he followed me off of his personal page too. Like that shit was crazy. Yep. So you never know who's watching you on social media. And this is how I know that this is why I got found, right? So when you do music or whatever on MySpace, they used to have the charts. You know, that's how Soulja Boy got discovered, right? And Nicki was on MySpace and shit like that. So you would have the charts. And it would be when I was on MySpace, I think when we started that was in like what year? I don't even remember the exact year, but MySpace was so serious. I remember like back when me and my cousins, we would just like be going to the mall and they had like a little computer kiosk. We would sit at the mall for like hours and be on the kiosk and just be on that shit and update and looking through our messages, like promoting our music and doing shit like that, right? It was crazy. Yo, that was the days and times. I gotta ask my cousin if he remember that. We would be at that shit trying to get our shit up. We would go, this is if we didn't have no computer, we was going straight to the mall because they had that Roadrunner internet service. So we would be up in that shit promoting our music and doing, and that's how I'm telling you, I had Cameron. He followed me from his private page, from his personal page on MySpace. So I was like, this nigga heard my freestyle, and I did a freestyle over one of over Fabulous beat too. But what I'm trying to say is they found me because they have the charts, and back then you had the charts for every state, so it would be like New York and for the overall like MySpace chart. So when it came to New York, I was always like within like the top 100 artists. So it's easy to find somebody, especially like, you know, you could play a little games because this is what I did, right? I would do freestyles over different songs or whatever. So I did a freestyle like off of like, say, a Mary J. Blige beat, right? So I do a freestyle off of it, and then I would change the name to the song to that, and then I would get hits off of it, right? So my shit would be jumping like that freestyle, that song, that remix that I did of a Mary J. Blige shit, like on there, it had like over 1 million plays. So it's crazy. When I tell you that shit used to be so lit, I'm not trying to be funny to you. That Mary J. Blige remix that had over 1 million plays, right? My cousin who lived in North Carolina, she said to me, she said, why did this girl ask me about your remix to your song? And I thought that shit was so weird. I swear to God. She was like, she asked me if I heard the Mary J. Blige Heard Again remix with LaRon. That shit was crazy. But that was the times, you know what I'm saying? That was the time. So Nicki Minaj in MySpace days was the days. Yeah, Soulja Boy was always on MySpace. Oh my God, I remember MySpace. Yep, and then you fucking say somebody in your family or one of your friends get you mad and you change the song on your page. There's some shit. I know I had Jeezy song Vacation on my MySpace page. I know that for a fact. Yeah. Retake off. Oh God. Yeah, you see what happened. There was a lot of people upset on election night. Yo, I was so, you know what's so crazy? The whole day, it was Tuesday was election day, right? So that day was just a little crazy to me because it was just like I had a lot going on. I needed to get home, but I remember right before I got off work, I was just like, yeah, I need to go vote. And then when I got home, I had looked up, it was like 7 something. I was like, man, I'm not going. So I didn't vote. So hopefully y'all did. You know, it's important to exercise your right to vote. What's up, Cree? Yes, please make sure that you thumbs up all of that shit. Yeah, so let me look for this before we get up off of here. I'm trying to look for the takeoff. I think that would be more down. So, yo, what did y'all think about that Safari situation with Yo, I gotta show y'all something. Matter of fact, it's on Queen's Flip page. Justin Bieber performing at Takeoff's memorial service this week. Oh, okay. So according to TMZ, Justin Bieber will be singing at Takeoff's memorial service. While it's unclear whether or not the two had a close relationship, JB has collaborated with the Migos in the past. That's dope. That's dope. That's good that, you know, your peers are showing up and showing respect. Oh, man. Let's see. I seen Jovi play that the other day about Mama D talking about his daughter, talking about his upbringing and stuff like that. You know what's so crazy? I realized that at a very early age that shit shapes you into who you are. And I couldn't be more happier that I never had a mother who just was bringing niggas in like all. And, you know, I'm not saying, listen, I'm not talking against any child in here, because if your parent did that, you were a child. You didn't deserve to see that. You didn't deserve to be around that. You was a child. You couldn't control that. Hopefully you're not doing that for your child and bringing mad different people around and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I was just happy that she didn't. It wasn't like that. Like, I grew up in a safe environment. I felt safe. It was always safe. It was always, you never had to question that. But some people, it's not safe all the time for them. It's like, damn, this sneaky nigga is around. It's like, why he looking at me and shit like that? And then, it's overlooked sometimes, like, oh, she's just doing this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's why I be understanding some moms, like this one woman I met in Houston. Like, I was at the store like 2 weeks ago, right? And she was in the store with her daughter shopping and stuff like that. And she was just trying to tell her how to, like, her daughter was like 5, and she was showing her, like, how to get stuff and things like that. So we was just talking briefly because I was at the deli, and she was like, yeah, she was like, dating nowadays is just hard. She was just like, I don't feel like I can really date until my daughter is grown up, because she don't want to bring nobody in her household. A lot of women feel like, a lot of more women are starting to feel that way. I'm telling you, they don't really want it, because they see what's happening in the news, and you would have to be under a rock and dumb to not see and understand what's going on. I was so happy, real talk, to just say this. Like, even though if nothing happened or whatever, my niece, she made that shit known. Like, if she felt a certain type of way, she was like, if she did, she would say it. So I'm just happy that, that they verbal like that, because shit, if your kids, if they're scared to talk and speak out on some shit like that, you need to make sure that the relationship is good, so that they feel comfortable with speaking out. I told y'all this before. This girl who I know, she grew up in Trinidad, in Faizabad, right? And her mom was really, really strict, and it was like really just strict, and like just would like whoop your ass in a heartbeat, right? My mom, I could play with her, but we couldn't play with her. Like, my mom was just one on some real shit. She was the one, like, we would joke around and stuff, but she wasn't like, she let it be known that she was the adult and you was the child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though we boys and we could be defiant and talk back or whatever, right? So but my mom never had that relationship, like she was the child. And I understand, like, I would probably be more like that with mine. And I am like that. No, I'm not even like that with my nieces. I told y'all that. I'm not that one that you play with. We can go and have fun and we can do shit, but I never wanted to set that tone to be like, oh, you could come up and punch me and shit like that. Nah, we don't play around like that. No. I'll be completely forgotten my ballot. Oh, you talking about voting? Hope all is well, LaRon. What's up, paraphernalia? I ain't see you in a while. Yup. So let me continue on while I'm chit-chatting. So let's see. Oh, so yeah, the woman, she was really serious about it though. She was like, my baby is beautiful. I ain't bringing no man in my house and he be looking at my daughter. And she said something, and I was like, and you know what's so crazy? She ain't mentioned anything about YouTube or anything like that. But she was just like, these guys be wanting your kid more than they want you. And I don't know why she said that, but I was so happy that her mind was there, because some women, look, I used to tell my friend this all the time, and she was somebody who was notorious for bringing. Oh, I didn't even finish my Faizabad story. I'm sorry. Anyway, so let me continue that, because I was like, damn, how you just cut that off? I'm happy that I just remembered that. So listen, the girl's mother was so strict in Trinidad that she just would, she would get in trouble for any little thing. So her and her friend was playing outside with some ball or something, right? She ended up taking the ball and throwing it and hitting this man's glass. So the guy, he came outside like, mad or whatever. And she didn't want the mother to find out, because her mother always talked about how hard it was to have money, how she had to work hard for money, and how, she would have got her ass whooped. So in exchange for that, this man was molesting her for years, until one day when she was just like maybe 13 years old, they seen her coming from his house around the time where it was supposed to be like school time, and looking a little like disheveled and off, and they called the police. And then that's when she got took to, she moved to New York, and that's how I ended up meeting her. But yeah, that was the story that when that happened, and it like happened in Trinidad, her family just snatched her up out of there, and the next thing she was just in New York. So Shit is crazy. See, could you imagine something happening? And when we was friends, because I haven't spoke to her in a while, right? But when we was closer, I remember her saying that it was started when she was like that ball situation started when she was like 11 years old. Can you imagine from 11 to like, well, 11 to 13, that's not that many years, but that's a long time for somebody to be like abusing you. And the thing is, he didn't even want to have like regular intercourse with her at that age. He wanted to do like imagine sodomy. He wanted to do sodomy, and then after that, he was like, "Oh, this is not enough. I want to, do XYZ." So, yeah, it was a really traumatic situation, and it boiled down to me that you should never be like to me. Honestly, I ain't trying to make myself look like no snitcher or whatever. But if I was ever getting in trouble when I was a young child and I felt like my mother was gonna find out, I would just tell her, real talk, because and I felt like it was easy for me. I'm one of those people, like, you remember when you was younger, somebody like, I'ma tell your mother. And I used to think in my head, she don't give a fuck, nigga. She ain't gonna, I don't got no mother that's like that. You got this shit fucked up just because your mother is fucking mean like that. My mother might, let me tell you something. My mother is one of those people. She like, you take the humility, but say if it's something that embarrassed me or something, she'd be like, oh well, like next. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be able to move on. She's not gonna harp on that shit, even though she might harp on it, but I'm her son. So you have to, give, that type of advice and trying to like show me in that way so I could be like, oh well, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I kind of like learn things. We all learn from our surroundings and people who we grew up. Like, I feel like I got my work ethic from my mom. Like, I used to work two jobs a lot. I don't work two jobs anymore. I don't need to. But I used to always work two jobs because I used to always see my mom work two jobs and just like, have to pay all the bills and do shit like that. And I remember when I worked one job, it just wasn't enough money. And I had to work two jobs because I like to go out. I like to go to brunch and shit. I like to have new clothes. I like nice cologne. I don't like no cheap ass motherfucking cologne. I like to look nice all the time. I like new clothes all the time. I'm one of those people, you invite me out, I might have a lot of shit, but I'm going to hit that Dillard's up. I'm hitting something up to find something new. It's just my personality and I can't change that. I've been this way for a while. You know what I'm saying? So me, I told my mom I cuss people out when they start put hands on offend me. Poor baby. I don't date, bring men to my home. No way where my child sleeps. No, they don't need to be around. And then let me tell you this. This is weird thing going on with my niece. And I had to speak to her about this, right? Because, of course, when a person comes out, my shout out to my homeboy, even though we don't speak like that no more, but like he identified something very quick because he was into like modeling and stuff like that and just doing things that weren't deemed as super masculine or whatever, right? And he was like, you know what? He was like, it's crazy because if I went to prison, I would be having this huge coming home party and everybody would be exalting me and happy for me and shit like that. And that shit is so true. What the fuck is you coming home to a party for? Niggas be partying when niggas come home. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know that a lot of us might do it and it might just seem normal that we doing it. What the fuck is you partying for? You should be happy that you home. Yes, get a good home cooked meal. You know what I'm saying? Get a good home cooked meal. Make sure they got some fresh socks. I like me personally, honestly, as an adult now. I love, and I used to always get new socks. Like my mom, every holiday, she always, but if we ain't getting no other gifts, once we started getting older and she started giving us money, we always got socks. She would always give us socks and underwear. And I appreciate socks. I buy a pack of socks like every month because I like how them shits feel on my motherfucking feet. Yeah, I like new socks all the time. I'm sorry. I don't care. And at first I was in this phase of I was like, you know what? You buying socks so much. I used to start getting black socks. But no, I'm not happy with black socks. I get white socks. And if they get dirty, I'll get new ones. I don't give a fuck about that. Sometimes you be stressing the wrong shit. Nope. I'll buy a new pack of socks every month. What's that? Like $10? Spend more money than that on weed. You serious? Like, come on. Come on. So no lying. I'm being 100. What would you say? Also, she saw me curse out my 11th grade English class. Damn. So what did your mom do to you? She was like, it's good you know how to keep that energy at school too. Minus the cursing. Yeah, you gotta know how to hold yourself and navigate in this world, baby. You do. That's why I'm all for women not like allowing men to control them and shit like that. You can't let niggas control you. You gotta don't even give that energy up because when they think that they can take you, they could listen. People look for this is why, like, yo, people look for cracks in your stories. They look to see where they could enact their agenda. They try to see where you weak at, where you know what I'm saying, so they could like intervene. And then the next thing you know, you conquered by somebody who, please, fuck out of here. So I got my last nugget of my eighth, right? I spoke to my nephew, shout out to him, and he just like put my mind in a whole different place. Like, of course, I told you I was about to I was gonna quit smoking, but he told me he's quit smoking in June, and he was just like, I lapsed like maybe 2 weeks after it, and I got some, but after then it was just over. But the prices, everything prices and gas prices, food, everything is going up, inflation crazy, right? So it's like you want to do all of these things. I haven't spent a lot of money on food because I'm eating a lot healthier now, but you're trying to do too much. Then you want to do all these things. You want to look nice, you want to dress nice, you want to smell nice, you want to eat good food, and you want to buy weed every few days. No, you got to pump your brakes on something. So yeah, you got to think about your future. A lot of us don't really think about that, but you are going to get old one day. And when you think about every $60 to $40 that you spent on that eighth or that quarter, you know what I'm saying? When you spent on that eighth of that quarter, every time that we ran to the weed man to give them money, let's think about that money. What if we had that money? I used to always hear my mom say this one thing sometimes. She'd be like, I wish I had that money I spent on XYZ. And now I understand that statement. If I had all them $40 and $60 that I gave to the weed man and all of the $2.14 from getting 2 packs of Rillos from the store, if I had all of that money stacked, we got to stop. And I was telling my brother that today, like, through just like on some real shit. I'm like, bro, like we getting older. Like you got to start thinking about like, and that's for me too. Like we got to stop doing certain shit. You just have to. You want to deteriorate. You know what I'm saying? You got to have those uncomfortable conversations. You can't just because you've been doing something since your 20s don't mean that you should be doing it in your fucking And when I get older, I don't want to look. I don't want to be like looking just worn. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I moisturize my skin daily. That's why I drink good, clean water daily. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take care of yourself. It's important. Like, you don't want to look worn. You don't want to look tired. Like, you just need to nap. Every time somebody see you, they like, you tired? You're like, no, I just woke up. And I slept for like 10 hours. They like, damn, you still look tired. Oh, shit. So let me read some of these comments before I go into I literally facts. I told myself to carry a list of things I needed and not one. All of that money in your lungs and not in your bank account, right? I quit smoking in 2015 and never looked back, right? Trinidad bad. You right about that. That's why I'm about to finish off this jet fuel and I'm done with it. Me done. You know what I'm saying? Me done. Me say me done. Summer Walker's so stupid. I don't even want to talk about her. I had her name in one of my titles typed out the other day, and I'm happy I ain't go live. You know what? Summer Walker, she oh no, I don't want to play that because you know how that's highly you'll get that hit off of that, and I don't want to do that. So let's see. So that was LeBron James. I'm trying to get to the post where I see about his funeral. But we all know the services are on Friday. Rest in peace to Takeoff again. That shit has been on my mind for like the past few days. And you know what it is though? Can't say it enough. I feel like if you have experienced losing a person to gun violence, you understand how unfair it is, and you don't get to say bye. That shit is really, really hurts. Like that shit hurts. I can't say it enough. I don't think it's a way to Anyway, let's bring this up. I want to bring up Young Devin's freestyle over the Ice Spice Bikini Bottom. Let's get into that. Let's do that because she bodied that shit. Let's get into it. 10,000 views, day one already. So let's go.
Yes, sir. You know what it is. Funk Flex, we here. Young Devin in the building was cracking.
Cracking Flex.
Ready for action?
Yeah, I'm about to make a move.
Let's go.
What did you say? You about to do?
This is what New York Flex. I've been waiting my whole life for this one, Flex. Flex.
You about to make a movie?
Bow! Bow! Well, I need a run tune right now. You know
Let's
what I'm
go, let's go.
Bad
Get
girl
to it,
Devin on the
Juanita.
building, yeah.
Bad girl Devin in the building.
Yeah, pulling on shot it. Bow! Whoop! Is she feeling hot, then I make that fuss and I get it. Brooklyn, Trinidad.
Yeah.
Yeah, vibes. Baby go season. Listen, look, how could I lose? Came from the bottom, but now I got nothing to prove. Handle my business and stay out the drama, cause I know they watching my moves. I've been too busy hating on my comments, but still ain't got nothing to do. I just lay at the top and go watching my views. You ain't get my spot, now you dropping a woo. Damn, already chose. Won't get my heart cause it's already froze. A quarter of my money, I'm already gone. If you look in my face, then I'm already known.
Yeah.
Selling my body for numbers, I gotta spend extra 20 on my clothes. Money that shorty, that's word of my mother. Her daughter be stepping anywhere she go. I'm her. If I can't sell no records, these times hurt. Need a wire going through my verse. Hit a milli speaking up on my her. Pretty little tatted shorty, why would I curse?
What?
I was just on the block in the east, made a bop on the beat. Now labels wanna sign her. And I don't gotta drop every week cause they flock when I speak. I never need reminders.
Boom.
Yeah, I get it. Baby, go to the realest one in it. And the stars in my windows is tinted. Now that X trying to see how I'm living. Ain't complaining, I really be chill. I just took me a shot at 10-3 to the wicked. No, my block, I ain't see you come spin it. That's not who you are, but speak how you living. Give me a budget before I step through. I be fighting my demons, but I'm blessed too. Send me a block, I'll address you. I could bag me and start up in a sweatsuit. Diamonds is dancing, that's my best move. Pay me to walk up in your venue. I'm in the spot, but see, I've been new. We do not respond to thirst, I get views. I do what I like. I could wake up today, get a feature, go hit up Rihanna and buy me some ice. I could walk out the spot on my knee, they see where I'm going. I tell them it's spice. Play yourself, but don't play with your life. Got a bag of you still on my tight. Sure to be watching everything I do and still and get it right. Bow!
Yeah.
I got questions.
Hold on. Pull up on that DJ. Pull up on a blood clot DJ. We gotta spin that back. Let's go. Let's go.
Make a movie.
Bow! Well, I need a run tune right
Exactly.
now.
Exactly,
Bad
Zay.
girl Devin on the building,
Exactly.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, pulling on shot it.
Let's go.
Bow! Whoop! Is she feeling hot, then I make that fuss and I get it. Brooklyn, Trinidad. Yeah, vibes. Baby go season. Listen, look, how could I lose? Came from the bottom, but now I got nothing to prove. Handle my business and stay out the drama, cause I know they watching my moves. I've been too busy hating on my comments, but still ain't got nothing to do. I just lay at the top and go watching my views. You ain't get my spot, now you dropping a woo. Damn, already chose. Won't get my heart cause it's already froze. A quarter of my money, I'm already gone. If you look in my face, then I'm already known. Cause I ain't selling my body for numbers, I gotta spend extra 20 on my clothes. Really that shorty, that's word of my mother. Her daughter be stepping anywhere she goes. I'm her. If I can't sell no records, these times hurt. Need a wire going through my verse. Hit a milli speaking up on my her. Pretty little tatted shorty, why would I curse? I was just on the block in the east, made a bop on the beat. Now labels wanna sign her. And I don't gotta drop every week cause they flock when I speak. I never need reminders.
Whoa.
Yeah, I get it. Baby, go to the realest one in it. And the stars in my windows is tinted. Now my X trying to see how I'm living. Ain't complaining, I really be chill. I just took me a shot at 10-3 to the wicked. No, my block, I ain't see you come spin it. That's not who you are, but speak how you living. Look, give me a budget before I step through. I be fighting my demons, but I'm blessed too. Send me a block, I'll address you. I could bag me and start up in a sweatsuit. Diamonds is dancing, that's my best move. Pay me to walk up in your venue. I'm in the spot, but see, I've been new. We do not respond to thirst, I get views. I do what I like. I could wake up today, get a feature, go hit up Rihanna and buy me some ice. I could walk out the spot on my knee, they see where I'm going. I tell them it's spice. Play yourself, but don't play with your life. Got a bag of you still on my tight. Sure to be watching everything I do and still and get it right. Bow!
well,
Is she
listen,
feeling hot, then I make that
I
fuss
got
and I get it.
questions.
And every time, yeah, we back.
I feel like when there's a mic and there's a stand up and there's an aggressive look down,
Flex.
that makes me feel like something's going on.
I waited my whole life for this. That's what's going on.
I want to say this, right? Funkmaster Flex is 54, right? I will always be passionate about hip hop. I will be like that, like him, until I get fucking 75. I will never lose my young flair. I just won't. And that's why I'm happy I keep my ear to the street. You have to. Like, it's a lot of like, And I understand a lot of people who just be like one. It might be a person who just like Nicki. It might be a person who just like Lotto. They just like Cardi. They just know me. I like variety, and I like to see what's out there. And every artist gives me something different that another artist don't do. Let me tell you one thing about Young Devin that I like. That she does metaphors, but she gives me lyricism. She gives me energy. Like she make me believe that shit. It's just the energy. It's the verbiage. It's the way that she ride that shit. Like it's just to me, and it's original. And I can tell by the way that she raps. If you know her raps, you could tell that number one, she's writing it. You could tell because it's just the way that she flows. You know it's her. Like you understand what I'm saying? That's why I just want the artists who truly have the gift, like the ones who I feel like who are here right now, like the Doechis, the Young Devins. Like it's like I like when I see talent. It's like, yeah, get it. So I always root for shit like that. But yo, I'm telling you, it's just like even with Azealia Banks, I felt bad yesterday and I really thought about it. I have not played her music. She just been on too many antics and I just can't enjoy her. But it's okay because Young Devin is here and I like the difference. It's like even though like a lot of artists spit with punchlines and shit like that, her energy to me is just different. And I like that shit. So yeah, the raps is just hard. The flow is just on point, the timing, everything. So it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Young Devin. She bodied her Hot 97 freestyle. Clearly.
Just watch
What
me
school you went
freestyling.
to?
Mega Evers, Brooklyn.
Okay, be clear.
Be clear. Young Devin. This is what New York City sounds like. Baby Go 2 is out now on all streaming platforms. Young Devin, Funk Flex, not a building. You know I said,
Yeah, man.
You gotta think about it. Hip hop is keeping people young. Look at Jay-Z. I don't know. To me, Jay-Z look older. No, do Jay-Z look older than Flex? Would you say? I think they both look like mature men. And I know Flex is definitely dyeing that beard. So yep, I'm gonna be doing that shit too, nigga. Like, yep, I'm always gonna be hip hop. I'm always gonna be in the mix of the music and all of that shit. I always will be. As long as I'm alive, I'm going to be that way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you stay in tune with like especially music. I feel like music keeps you young because when you hear music, you want to dance, you want to feel it, you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, music keeps you young, in my opinion. And that's why you seen Beyonce and Jay-Z singing this motherfucking Forever Young. I wanna be forever. You ain't gonna be motherfucking forever young. Your ass gonna get old, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't feel embarrassed because people be talking shit. Like real talk, it's like Nicki Minaj is going to be 40 years old this year, right? But so shit, I was born in 1983. I'm gonna be 40 years old next year too. But I know that I don't listen. When I tell you when I be at work and I be talking to people, they're like, "Oh my god, like you're gonna be 40 next year?" Like, yeah, but they be like, "So what do you?" Because I take good care of myself. I moisturize my skin. Like I might get a little ahead of myself sometimes, but I always pull it back. Like with my health, I'm very health conscious. Even if I do might pack on some pounds, I always have it in my mind to be like, it's time to go back. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when you start getting older, I don't think you should play with that because we always hear about people. Like, I know how they said about like Gerald Levert. They said that he passed away because he kept losing and gaining weight or whatever. But yeah, I feel like you got to kind of like just maintain a healthy lifestyle. And that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to be able to like take care of yourself and shit, like eat good food and eat vegetables. Like on some real shit, it makes you real conscious of some shit, right? Because this lady at my job, she got to be like almost 70. And when I be coming into work in the morning, it's like, tell me if I'm wrong if I'm being judgmental. Call me out in the comments, right? And we don't never know what a person want to eat. Food is food, right? But she just be really like she eats a lot of snacks. In the morning, she be having like the damn breakfast sandwiches with the cheese and all of that shit on it. And I was thinking to myself, like, do I want to eat like that when I'm 70 years old? Like, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like you got to be kind to your body. And that's why I really want to low key stop smoking too, because you got to think about it. If you've ever smoked in your life, you have put yourself at risk. And just because you might not have, cancer now, doesn't mean that it might not come. That's the gamble with this shit. You understand that, right? If you've ever smoked before, you understand that. Just because it's not there now, it doesn't mean that it won't develop. And that's just it's the risk that you take, unfortunately. And people don't really think about that. So that's another reason why I want to get away from that as well. Um, Yeah, I don't want to be older, smoking and old, debilitated and can't walk far. Oh, no, I can't go, because no, I don't want to be like that. I want to be able to still walk. And that's why, like, even now, if I'm having like minor pain or whatever, I don't give a fuck. I think I'm so programmed to do it. I don't like people who walk hunched over. No, keep that motherfucking back straight. Walk with your back straight. Keep that motherfucking back straight. Straight. I don't care. And I don't care if you ain't work out. Make sure that you stretch your body. See, some people underestimate that shit too. You got to stretch. Even if you wake up every day and just stretch your fucking arms out and around to the back of you and the front of you and like just do something, stretch your legs, like move your body around diagonally. Like you just got to move. You understand what I'm saying? Move your body because it's important. It is. So mind your business. All right, now I'm ready. I need another blunt now. So, and I don't got no more switches. So I'm about to finish this up. So again, shout out to young Devin, dope freestyle, all of that shit. You already know that I fuck with the music. I fuck with everything. Everybody, please make sure that you go follow her on social media. Go show her some love and tell her how you felt about this freestyle as well. Nigga, them trees from the earth not could wait. That could never make you old. I don't know. I'll tell you this, right? I'll tell you this. I feel like when you reach a certain age, yeah, you might want to continue doing that. From what I've seen with a lot of the older potheads, I don't know if it gets into their mind or, you know, some people say that it doesn't cause like dementia or anything like that. But I don't think I just want to play with it like that. I think I want to take my body like, and I'm not saying that I'm never going to smoke again. Let's be clear. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is I'm trying to prepare myself to stop doing that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to continue my life to the end. I don't want to be smoking weed. And I'm just saying like that. I want to, let me tell you, let me set the platform for you. Even if you in your 20s listening to this, you in your 30s listen to this, or whatever the case may be, when I get to like my 50s or my 60s, I want to like, I feel like I'll always have like, certain clothes that I like, or and people might consider like younger clothes or whatever, right? But I want to be a certain like when I get older, I don't want to look worn. I want to wear nice clothes. I want to wear that nice ass cologne, have them watches on. Like I want to be kept like that. I want to make sure that I don't want to be a old black lip blunt smoking buzzard. I don't want to be like that. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. So if the work starts now, make sure that you take care of yourself. And I really believe, and I'm not lying to you, real talk. A lot of people used to think, and I probably used to overdo it, but I remember in my young 20s, I started using shea butter on my skin. And a lot of my friends all the time, they'd be like, your skin looks so like, why is it so whatever, like shiny, like people, whatever. But yeah, you might have been trying to make fun of me, but low key, I was anti-aging, all of that. You got to take care of yourself. You have to. When I be seeing people who be younger than me and I be like, damn, I could tell you drink too much. You do something too much. You're doing something just a little bit too much. And you can see it because it wears at you. And I don't want to be worn. Like, you know what I'm saying? And of course, we all know that you're gonna never be 30 forever. You're not gonna be 25 forever. You know what's so crazy? One of my friends just turned 42 in her stories. I seen it on online, right? And it was so weird because I had a memory at her 25th birthday that she cried when she turned 25. She cried on her 25th birthday. She was like, oh my God, I'm getting old. Like she was crying. This same friend just turned 42. I'm like, damn, like it's been some time. But shit, I feel like getting older is like it's amazing, Just make sure that you take care of yourself. We see functioning elderly people who are out here and doing their thing, So that's that. Whatever. Let me get this off the screen so I could bring up the Nicki Minaj interview that she did with JT. Long life is truly in the tongue plus healthy habits. Thank you, Laurent. Yeah. Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be 70 years old eating like, and I'm telling you, I've done this. We all eating snacks and Doritos and shit like that. But I just feel like you gotta be kind of kind to your body. Treat when we be seeing those people eating their little apple slices and they cottage cheese or whatever they eat, and just it's like a managed small meal. It's like something that's really simple, a nice soup, a little sandwich or something like that. Nothing too crazy, not all of this penny vodka pasta, all of this shit every day. You got to be kind to your body. I don't want to be like 75 years old eating bags of damn fucking Cheetos every day. I want to be being kind to myself. I'm telling you, this might sound foreign to you, but I think that you should consider it as you start to get like, older. I remember one of my friends, she also told me, she was like, yo, when you reach like your 30s, 40s, you should make sure that you're always like consistently working out and just being like, in shape and just keeping yourself moving. I do think that's important too. And even if you don't work out, make sure you stretch. Stretch your arms, stretch them shits all the way in the back of you, bring them to the front. Like I'm telling you, stretch your body. You can stretch and like feel like you done, pulled something. Like, I'm not pulling it in a way that will hurt you and hurt your body, but you need to stretch your body. Real talk. There was a tweet where a girl said, when I see people at 28, hold on. My bad, I had to sneeze. You said there was a tweet where a girl said, when I see people at 28, what you mean when she said that? I love getting older. Yeah, especially when you're wiser. And I would just say this. I've experienced, well, somebody who I knew, she had dementia and she passed away. And I know that they said she used to always be smoking weed and stuff like that. And I feel like certain damage that you've done to yourself, like, you can, of course, like your body is always creating new cells or whatever, right? So I just think when you're young, you should cap certain shit. Like I was telling my brother, like, even in regards to like, even if you having drinks and stuff like that, I think you should cap it. I don't think that you should like drink frequently. Like, not saying that he does, but I'm just saying, I don't think that's something that you should do frequently. I feel like you really got to be kind to your body or you want to deteriorate. We got family members right now who their bodies have deteriorated based off of choices that they made in life. And this shit is real. I'm not lying to you. Bodies, I'm telling you that they have, certain health effects, and it's because of how you treating yourself. See, think about that high that we all chase, that who we smoke weed, right? We get high, we smoke and like, damn, it's over. Oh, we need more. We about to go re-up. Now we got to go take our money and put it in somebody else's pocket. Now we got to get some more. And it's like, what is it with this shit that we like? It's just a cycle. And it's just like the cat and mouse. All over again. You see that little emoji in your phone, on the iPhone, where it's like the circle of the arrows and the circles is chasing each other? That's all it is. It's like you get weed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I still do it every now and then, especially if you're taking medications. Your psychiatrist would not advise it. I used to have an apple a day in the morning at work. I love apples, especially Honey Crisp. So let me bring this up. Let me go to bring this Nicki Minaj interview up real quick. I don't know if I'm gonna read all of it though, because I didn't read the interview with the article. The article was a little. Let's see, Nicki Minaj JT. Let me bring this up real quick for ID Magazine. Shout out to all of the people here. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I know I had this. I like random conversation like that. So, and plus I ain't been up here in a while, so I'm pretty sure some of you appreciate it. Let's see. So this is ID Magazine, Nicki Minaj, her interview that she did with JT. So Nicki Minaj, if I never rap again, I will still leave this earth as an icon. So in her first ID cover, the best-selling female rapper of all time spoke to JT of the City Girls about the landscape of hip-hop, fair, and her new album. I told you that her new album was new. I know y'all probably thought I was going live the other day at that in my title, just saying that. No, I felt it. And I know, see, this is what I'm telling you. And this is why, like, I'm not saying that I know about anybody's personal beefs with blogs or anything like that. But one thing I like about the female rap game on Twitter, I'm not saying that I'm making this very clear. I don't know about their beefs with certain bloggers and things like that. But I like people who say what they say and they kind of just stand on that shit. I like that shit because I'm that type of way. Because I know the other day when I put that in my title, that Nicki Minaj album coming, I know somebody was probably just like, oh, you just don't know what to say and you're just doing. No, that's how I really felt. And I'm sorry that you didn't see it, and she confirmed it in this interview, but I don't have to wait for you motherfuckers, and I don't have to wait for Nicki to say it. I can go based off of feeling. If I feel a way, I could put that in my title and go live. Yes, I can. Yes. So I'm pretty sure you've seen my title. Somebody did, and they're like, oh, why did you do that? Don't question my shit. I did that shit because I fucking wanted to. Thank you. So this summer's VMAs could have been retitled Nicki Minaj Victory Lap. In a 10-minute performance, the best-selling female rapper of all time celebrated the past, present, and future of a decade-plus career. So it was capped with the live debut of Super Freaky Girl, her record-breaking U.S. #1 and the first solo female rap song to debut at the top since Lauryn Hill in 1998. But the pink wig and the whiplash-inducing body were signs that a lifelong forward thinker was ready to reflect. Nicki brought a handful of bars her devoted fans on stage with her to accept the video vanguard, and her performance was spiked with Easter eggs for anyone who has been with her since the signing boobs in the tri-state area clubs. All right. So, all right. Why is that there? Anyway, so wearing a ponytail and a poofed like candy floss, Nicki performed in a plastic box and nodded to the Barbie packaging theme art of her Apache instigating debut mixtape. 2007's Playtime Is Over. Later, she moved on to a nail salon setup that evoked the Barbie Dreamhouse reimagining of the Poly Nails, her longtime spot on Rockaway Boulevard, and where she filmed a video for What You Know, an early freestyle over Lil Mama's lip gloss. All right. So like Mariah Carey and Madonna's, whose lyrics are matrices of illusion and callbacks to their earlier music, Nicki has reached a point where her own work is rich enough to be only the mood board she needs. The Video Vanguard Award she received at the VMAs was a testament to Nicki's creativity and endurance in the mainstream of music industry that rewards sameness over creativity. I love that picture. I like this one the most though. I don't know. I just like that. I got to post that picture. I should have put that in the thumbnail. Whatever. All right. So let's keep going. And it says that Nicki, what is she wearing in that photo? So, you know what? Shout out to all of the people who used to read magazines back in the day and shit like that. Do you remember like all the time? Like I always wanted to know what they was wearing. And that's how I feel like a lot of us knew like what the brands were and shit like that. So I always read the little captions. So Nicki is wearing the Schiaparelli Haute Couture bodysuit, Miss Krentz Crown Vintage, courtesy of Palme, Los Angeles, tights by Wolford. And people will be looking that shit up. I'm telling you, they will be. So to say that she swam upstreet is to put it lightly. In 2004, she shot the demo CD to every record label office in New York she could think of and was unceremoniously told that female rap was dead. Signing with Lil Wayne's Young Money label in 2009, Nicki proved that it was not only in rude health, but it was ready for a total system reset. Minaj treated her bars like four-dimensional chess, an assault of internal rhymes and multiple meanings, and could meditate on pussy, on your sideburns, in horror movie villains, as well as topics heard even less commonly in hip-hop. Monica Lewinsky, The Hills, the pulpy TV channel Oxygen. In Nicki's wackadoodle world, raunch was usually laced with something funny, silly, or scary. In a verse of Ludacris' My Chick Bash, she compared herself to Freddy Krueger while wearing a leather corset. And at the VMAs this year, she danced on a pole in the Crypt Keeper's contact lenses. Oh, they were Crypt Keeper. I didn't know that they were Crypt Keeper. You know, she told them the truth about what that was. Okay, I got to see if I can find some of those. So Nicki proved that a woman in hip hop would scale the highest commercial heights while expressing herself with absolute freedom. In one 2010 performance, she looked across between Marge Simpson, Barbella, and a purple quality street. Her success opened the door for today's thrilling and overdue chart domination of young female rappers, as well as inspiring gay artists like Lil Nas X and Saucy Santana to express themselves however they please. So this year, a trio of singles presented the spectrum of her talents: the hard-boiled street rap of Do We Have a Problem, the reggae bacchanal of Little Miss remix with Jamaican artist Gang, as well as Super Freaky Girl and its attendant Queen remix with Bia, Katie Got Bands, Akbar V, Malibu Mitch, and JT, and the flagrantly talented Miami rapper City Girls, member of the self-professed princess of this shit. So Nicki is in the LA studio when she hops on the phone with JT and ID, and on an October evening, she has just posted an impassioned, perceptive statement about the Grammys' decision to run Super Freaky Girl not in the rap categories but pop, where it stands less of a chance against artists like Adele and Harry Styles. But the mood on the call is warm and reflective as, with no holds barred, candor, Nicki opens up to JT about hip hop authenticity debates, the media representation of Black women, and their songwriting collaboration on JT's solo music. So let's go. Oh, I love this picture. I don't think I seen this one earlier. All right, so Nicki is wearing Saint Laurent. I think I did. Yeah, I did see this earlier because I remember reading that. Nicki is wearing the Saint Laurent coat by Anthony Vasarello, bodysuit by Area, shorts by R13, and shoes by Amina Muadi. Amina Muadi. All right, so let's continue the article and read the interview. So JT says, "Hey, boo," and Nicki Minaj says, "How are you?" And JT said, "I'm fine. I'm just a little nervous. Like I don't be talking to you all the time." And Nicki laughs and says, "Hi." JT say, "Okay, so Nicki, what was your thought process with Super Freaky Girl, and how did you know what this would be the one?" And so Nicki said, "I knew the song would make people happy. Everything that feels nostalgic is making people feel better right now because we've had a couple of tough years. Once I started writing it, it became easy and fun. It's been a while since I put out a fun song with the remix. I was like, the song is called Super Freaky Girl, so why don't we see how other female voices would speak from a freaky girl perspective? I heard your verse and was blown away. I was so taken back by your ability to remain yourself on the song that seemed like a beat that you wouldn't normally do. I'm in a really good place right now. I feel like whenever I'm happy, I deliver the best music. And in order for me to deliver the best music for my album, which is coming out soon, I have to tap back into the essence of hip hop. On the remix of Super Freaky Girl, all the girls tapped into that." All right. So JT said you put people who did not have deals on the remix. I think only two of us have deals. That was a big deal for you not to care. And Nicki said, "I want to hear girls rap again, like just rap. When I did my BET cipher years ago, I purposely didn't wear revealing clothes. I wore a sweatsuit. So even though we were being super freaky girls on the song, and we all had fun, y'all really spit." That's when I started doing a lot of pop songs. Super Bass wasn't even supposed to be a single. We'll get into that. So JT says, "Do you remember when you first ID what? ID JT, do you remember when you first heard Nicki's music?" So they're asking her. So then she said, "Okay, thought I knew her, but I did not. I was delusional little girl who had this love-hate relationship in my mind with Nicki Minaj. It was because I knew how to rap always, and Nicki knew too. I was so deep in the gutter when Nicki first started. She was the roundaway girl. She did the jump off remix, and I was like, oh, she's pretty. She's so hood." A couple of years later, you went into your more pop era. And Nicki said, "Right." And JT said, "It was a heartbreak moment for a hood girl. It was like, damn, Nicki, you left us. Then you came back with your straight hair and your sexy look." And I was like, okay, she still fuck with us. If you were to ever look down my tweets, you would always be good tweets. Oh, there would always be good tweets and bad tweets. There was a disconnection. Pink Fridays was me and all of my friends' favorite album, but I think that album that I didn't know that much was." And then JT said the next album. Yeah, she went pop on. She did go pop on what was it? Pink Friday, Roman Reloaded. Yeah, she did. So JT said, "Right." And Nicki said, "That's when I started doing a lot of pop songs. Super Bass wasn't even supposed to be a single, but it became huge. Rather than going back to point A, I thought I need something to be a continuation of Super Bass. And so I put out Starships. um that's when people in the hip hop community really felt, oh my God, we lost her. And I don't know why." And JT said, "Yes." So Nicki said, "But I wanted to say something. No one in my life or career has ever explained what you just explained to me that way. You articulated that so well that I was finally able to understand the disconnect, that some of the heartbreak that my really good hood fans must have felt. seeing me come from the Come Up DVD and mixtapes and Pink Friday doing the Starships and Pound the Alarm. But listen, let me say this too, right, Nikki? Please don't get, you can. And I hope that she's smart enough to know this. I don't give a fuck what those people say. Those people wasn't buying those motherfucking urban singles either. Because to my knowledge, Bees in the Trap is not even 3 times platinum. So don't let these urban motherfuckers know that pop radio and all of those shit, those pop hits that she did, that's what got her name into other rooms. Let's be clear. I don't give a fuck about the motherfuckers. Because let me tell you this, right? This is what I say. A lot of people follow Nicki Minaj song to song. She could be dropping a song like how she did with Elton John. That's probably not the typical song that the hip hop fan is going to love, but you're going to wait for the Friday to be released and you're going to listen to it knowing that you're probably going to hate it. And you're going to rate it and you're going to be mad. You're going to see that she got a song coming with Justin Bieber. You know, you probably don't even like him. You don't like pop. So it's like this girl ain't supposed to work, but then everybody else could work. And then she in here, you know, I understand what JT is saying, but I don't give a fuck. I don't like artists being controlled. I don't like that shit. I don't. No, you do that hood shit and see how it work out for you. You see how it's working for them. Come on. You do that shit and do that only. Like, you got to be able, like, I feel like songwriters can truly come out and, like, I know people like JT and they play in her close because, you know, she's been affiliated with Nicki, but I don't think JT is like, I don't know. I feel like there's a difference from being a rapper and an artist. You understand what I'm saying? JT is a rapper. I don't think she's an artist. I feel like a rapper. I feel like Nicki is a rapper and an artist. I feel like Young Devin is a rapper and an artist because you see how she killed that freestyle, but she got singing songs too. And you know the people who know the singing songs, you know that she does. So it's like it's a game to her. It's a game. It's literally, do I want to sing today? Do I want to rap? Same with Nicki. I feel like JT is a rapper. She's not an artist. So Nicki said, you know, she's talking about that. The Come Up DVD and mixtapes, Pink Friday to doing Starships and Pound the Alarm. Oh, let's like this photo. Okay. All right. All clothing is a liar. So she got a liar on head to toe. What Foxy say? My clutch and my pumps is a liar. Bitch, I'm on fire. S.I.A. dress flyer, hopping out the Bentley Cooper, Nostrand and Empire, and I don't care if Poe killed Rich. I'm a Brooklyn bitch. I'm still mad Poe killed the Mints. Yeah. So, all right. So JT say, now I'm an artist. No, you're not. I understand much more why you went pop. Being black and trying to put out rap and taking it to new heights, it's so hard. When you do a pop song, you get a different type of respect, and that's when the band gets bitter. Now there are more female rappers, and that's literally what we do. That's literally what we do. That's not what everybody does. So they're all doing it now. By the way, not only they're all doing it, but no one has been criticized. That's true. And, you know, I was talking to Zay about this, right? He was saying, like, you know, questioning, did I see this video about, is Doja Cat really a rap? Or, you know, why don't people respect Doja Cat as a rapper? And I think it's because Doja Cat has presented herself as more of a pop singing artist. And we all know that she could do rap, but she can't rap like Nicki Minaj. She can't rap like, I think Doja Cat is a good artist, but I feel like she could do that suburban rap. And to me, if you can tell the difference, that's like, come on, that's that suburb rap. Doja can, she's artistic. Of course, she's talented. But to me, I want to hear some of that hood shit. Like, you know, I want to kind of tell that that you've been, not saying that you've been around in a negative way, like been around, like, no, but I like that we all relate to the struggle and the, you know, the real shit. So Doja Cat, to me, she's not like a spitter, in my opinion. It shows how versatile they are, and it's amazing to see artists do other genres. Exactly. That's what eclectic is. Exactly. Yep. And when the same artist, Megan, CARDI, try to do crossover, but listen, to be honest with you, that Sweetest Pie shit was the biggest thing Megan could have ever did for herself, because that song is still on radio. You know, pop radio ate that shit up. I'm on the sweetest. And that song still ain't do shit for her. But I feel like Megan, what it is that this, right? I feel like back in the day when you were a rapper, of course, people might have, I don't know, pop is just popular in certain cases. But like, I don't know, like, I noticed this. Foxy never went pop, right? Let me say this. I feel like a lot of things is just fuck what people say. That's like, to me, right? What if, okay, so that's like, to me, what say Young Devin did a pop song, right? how would you take that away? You can't take away her ability though. So it's like, what would you say? I don't like artists being controlled. So I understand that Nicki, she's trying to like, reflect on what JT said and make sense of it. But I feel like sometimes artists can hear that and then they'll let people control them and be like, oh no. I'm telling y'all, when I did that song Here We Go and it was a fucking EDM beat, I did not record it for a while because I felt like people was gonna judge me. And I should have never felt like that. I should have never did that. And then I eventually recorded it because I was just like, that's my song to sing. Like, why I'm not gonna put this song out because it's over an EDM beat. It was what it was, and it was one of my most streamed songs on Spotify. It was one of the most streamed songs now. So let me finish this up. All right, so they don't get criticized. So JT said, you received so much hate, but now I am like in the industry. I understand your story much more. And you were so when you make Boss Ass Bitch or Looking Ass, Call Yourself a Black Barbie, those songs give us confidence. What makes you want to share that message? So she said, there's always been a lack of representation of Nicki said there's always been a lack of representation for Black women. As soon as you start becoming famous, you owe it to the entire culture to say things that other Black women who can repeat to themselves to feel great. When you grow up and you're the only seeing people that look a certain way on the covers of magazines, in the movies, and on TV, you can start feeling, am I not good enough? It comes from performing as well. Once you see the look on people's faces when they're singing your lyrics back to you, and the confidence and happiness they're having, it makes you want to always empower the girls to feel, yo, I didn't need a guy for anything. I could put my mind to anything I need to do and just do it as well as the men on my own, except for sex with a penis. I don't know about that. So JT laughs. That's definitely what you give on and off lyrics. So who are your biggest inspirations for your rap style? So Nicki said Foxy Brown. I still probably at times sound similar to her. I would listen to this woman nonstop. Finding out she was from Trinidad was so freaking amazing to me because I never imagined that a rapper could be from my country. She so precise with her delivery, so clear, and I really love clarity in raps. The other ones that shape my style as well are Lil Wayne, especially in the beginning. I used to do a lot of things that were similar to him and Jay-Z. One of my first faves actually was Slick Rick. I've always loved the British accent. I still do. All right. So what about Lauryn Hill? I don't think I rap or sing like Lauryn Hill, but in terms of being my idol, oh my goodness, 2 days ago when the blogs posted her singing to Zion and she brought out her son to Zion and 2 children, I was sitting there crying. I used to be listening to that song on my little CD player on the train going to high school all the way in Manhattan. I've spoken about getting pregnant as a teenager, and if I had a soundtrack to my life, that would be one of the main songs. I listened to her and how her thought process was to decide to not terminate her pregnancy, even though so many people told her it would be the best thing for her career. I went through an emotional roller coaster in high school. Even though I ended up walking down the aisle on time with my diploma, I went through a very rough time. Her words got me through it. So that's dope. All right, so we read that. All right, so and then JT said I actually met her kids that night because I had performed that night too. And then Nicki said, really? JT said, yes, they're so sweet. They waited on the side of our performance. And I'm like, oh my God, y'all, Lauryn Hill kids, y'all know the secret? And laughs. So Nicki said, wow. JT said a lot of the time and right now, especially people are like, damn, Nicki don't care what she say. Why is it so important to you to speak up? So Nicki said, well, there's a huge misconception that people who come across as outspoken, the misconception is that we're so strong. Just because a person fights back doesn't mean that they're not afraid. I have suppressed years worth of things that I have wanted to say. People have lied about me and I didn't respond. There's always been a level of fear because this is a business. This is not walking down the block and jumping double dutch. This is a job. This is the same way people be at a 9-to-5 can lose their job and won't be able to pay their bills. As an artist can lose their job. They can lose their spot. They can lose their money. So there's always some reservation there. But I've decided that I have to speak up now. You know, I see the hip hop community praise so many other people for speaking up for themselves. But for some reason, they seem to have an issue when I do it. Once I realized that there's a double standard, I decided not to give a shit anymore. The last part of it is if I never rap again, I will still leave this earth as an icon. I guess there's a little less fear now at this point in my career because I realize that my fans aren't going anywhere. I paid my dues. That's a fact. So JT said, right, that's correct. You've had a lot of eras of where you've dressed and expressed yourself different. Who was an inspiration for your fashion? And Nikki said, one day I remember going into a store in Brooklyn, actually, and I would just looked up and I saw a bunch of different colored tracks. And I was like, oh, you know what? I've always loved pink. Pink has always made me, been that. Pink has always been my happy place. So I got some pink sewing weave and I just, and was just sewing it in because I didn't have the balls to completely wear pink hair. Prior to that, on the DVDs, I was wearing that deep wave black hair because Foxy used to wear her hair like that. Yep, I remember that too. She was wearing that deep wavy hair. Foxy used to wear hair like that with the middle part. Eventually, my music became more colorful and I started doing more of the voice changes. I became more daring with my fashion choices. It normally depends on the kind of music I'm putting out. That's why the pink print I scaled back because the music was so much more heartfelt. That made sense. Yeah, I feel like an artist should never hold themselves back. If you have the ability to do a pop song, do it. Like the fans is gonna get in line, and then what they gonna say? You need to be able to build your fan base. You need to be able to like, okay, like we doing this. Like, let me see what I can do over here. Let me see how I can reach. So I feel like it is important. Don't stay stagnated for nobody, because that damn fan that's gonna stream your music ain't gonna them streams from one fan is not gonna be enough to fucking pay no bills. You need multiple fans. You need people to like you for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Some people like people just for their story. They like them just because they respect them. That's a real thing. So yeah. Or Alaya Shoes Monica Xiang. All right. So JT said, what are some things you got planned? So Nikki said the fifth album. I'm not gonna say when it's gonna come out, but the album will be out soon. Right. And I'm working on a nail design company where people will be able to buy my press on nails with dope designs. I was already working on that before someone auctioned on my press on nail for $50,000 or whatever they spent on it from the VMAs. So JT said, I know that in the past you have done a lot of television appearances. Do you plan on doing more with television or film? You went to drama school, right? And she said, Nikki said, definitely. I've been speaking to a director about doing something in a movie. In terms of TV, we'll see. But I love acting. I'll never abandon that acting for too long. That's one of my biggest passions. And then JT said, yeah, you got the video with you slamming the phone. And Nikki laughs. And then ID asked JT, what's next for you? JT said, I just released a snippet of this freestyle I've been holding on for so long. Nikki actually helped me with a few bars in there. So Nikki said, when is that freestyle fully coming out, JT? And JT said, I think it's really coming. It's going to come out in November, but I'd be shy. I got anxiety. It takes a lot of time for me. Nikki says, you need to put it out right away. They need to hear it. Child, it's so hot. What's stopping you? Let's go. And then JT said, I'm going to put it out, but I'd be shy. I got anxiety. It takes a lot for me. And they talking about that. Nikki says, stop. And then JT said, as for the City Girls, we're putting out an album soon. Wasn't the album supposed to come out already? That we've been working on for a very long time. We stopped a lot and had a lot of bumps in the road. So it's going to come out after the tour. We on tour right now. Oh, okay. I'm ready. ID said, Nikki, do you have a favorite JT verse? And then Nikki said, I have to be honest, I really love her verse on Super Freaky Girl Remix. But I remember when I first heard Take Your Man, the beat was crazy, but I loved how you sounded on that. I wanted to write a verse to it. I just kept on watching the video. JT seemed so fun and interesting because the same thing she liked about me in those earlier times is what I saw in her. Just a sassy hood chick that you want to get to know. And JT say, I mimic Salt and Pepper on it. I tried to. I was like, I'm going to do the rap like the old school. So yeah, we read that. That was already in the article. Nikki said, wow, well, I didn't know that you that's how you approached it, but that was a great call. And you know what? I remixed Young and May song Boss Ass Bitch, but that would have been the only third song that I had remixed by a female rapper in 8 or 9 years. So that would have been a special one. And the freestyle she's about to put out really blew me away. JT, what's the name of that? And JT said it's no bars. She texted it to me like, "Yikes, what the fuck, JT? This is how people need to be hearing you. People need to know that what's within you, you can't keep on shying away." I've seen some people now saying JT has been killing every feature she's been on, but when they hear this, they'll understand why I've been going so hard for her. But JT, it really bothers me that you are still having anxiety about putting out music. You cannot let people what? You cannot let who people think you are taking to in a song or somebody else's fan base stop you from being great like you do. Do you understand one day you're going to look back at the time in your life and be like, what the fuck was I thinking, and being nervous? Yeah, I'm actually annoyed with JT. I'm actually mad that this is even a conversation. Why the fuck are you scared to put a song out? Like, this is some Cardi B shit. Anyway, let's keep going. So, yeah. So then Nikki said, you see the people who, you worried about. They're not worried about you when it's time for them to put out their shit. So you got to stop thinking like that. Don't even speak those words over your life. And then JT said, yeah, I'll be looking forward to everything. The album, of course. I was literally in prison when Queen came out. Nikki laughs. I watched you perform at the 2018 VMAs on TV in prison. And Nikki said, thank you. I really appreciate you, my fellow says, and keep doing your thing. Say hi to Uzi for me. And then they said good night. That ended at the perfect time because I was starting to get tired. So shout out to Nicki Minaj and JT. Shout out to them because I was getting tired because I was just like, why the fuck is you scared to put this freestyle out? I literally, like, if I put a freestyle out, I'll go there, record it, and I'll put it out in like 3 days. Just put this shit out. I don't know. So what time is it now? Damn, it's 10:11. I've been up here for an hour and 39 minutes. So listen, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you're still here at this moment. We was here playing the motherfucking Young Devin freestyle Hot 97. Let me know what you thought about that as well. Let me know what you thought about the interview with me. I think it's dope that Nicki, she did an interview with Jada Pinkett. Now it's young JT. I think that shows a lot, especially with things that JT has said about Nicki in the past. It shows that Nicki is mature, and obviously those things don't impact you. To me personally, if you're not putting my life at danger, say a person calls you broke, they call you ugly, they call you fat, they call you stupid, they call you these things, but it's like, you can call me, you can say whatever you want, but it's like, what are you doing? It's like, when you get to that point where you're trying to put your hands on me, that's different. And I feel like a lot of people put too much energy into the talk. People gonna talk because they have lips. They're gonna talk shit. They're gonna type. They're gonna say shit. What are you doing physically? That's what matters to me. So it's like, you just gotta stop wasting time. Both of them, actually. Nikki is only doing interviews on her terms. Okay, I feel that energy. I feel that. Both of them, actually. Okay. Here I Am was slept on. Blazing feature and Kanye West was slept on. Yep, that was definitely a B-side for sure. Lola Brooke is hot too. I like Lola Brooke, but I haven't heard enough music consistently from. To be honest with you, let me tell you what I like about Lola Brooke. I like her song "Don't Play With It," and I like her song like what is it? She got a song called "Dummy," and I've heard her performing it, and I've been trying to get onto it, but I just don't like it a lot. I'm to be honest, I don't like that song. So she got that song "Don't Play With It," "Don't Play With It." That's been out over a year that I've been knew about. People just now trying to act like they discovered that shit. Anyway, so they got that song out right now, and then she got a song that's like, what? How did that song go? You think you got my options? I like that song. I just haven't heard any consistent good music from Lola Brooke. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't. She got and she's still a young artist. So hopefully, what it is to me that I noticed with certain people, they struggle with making songs. They've done these freestyles and they've done certain things, but certain people struggle with making actual songs. And I don't think a lot of people take, let me tell you this. This is what I did. I feel like this is a little cheat code. I remember when I first started rapping and we was going to the studio and I was trying to make songs, being that at first I call it the training wheels. I did a lot of freestyles over beats, and I did that because I felt like that trained me to be able to be like, okay, and this is that, right? I remember when it even came time to like writing bars. Let me just put you onto something, right? You would understand, like, you got to know how to write, how to count bars. You got to know how many bars is to be on a song, whether it's going to be 8 bars, 4 bars, 16 bars, or whatever the case may be. And what I would do was, right, say that I'm doing a 16, say it's a 16 bars, like voicemail, each verse is a 16, right? So if you doing a song like that, all I would do is listen to other artists like that I really respected, and I would listen to their 16, and I'd be like, oh, okay, they wrote that shit out, and I would just kind of get a feel. I'm telling you, it's different ways to, like, when you're an artist, what you have to do to, like, that was one of the things that I did. I would just listen to, like, one of the verses I'm telling you that I will always compare is Remy Ma Lean Back verse, because that is a 16 from beginning to the end. And I remember when I first started counting my bars, I would like hear the beat, right? And I would be like, oh, to the easy, M to the Izza. And then when it ended perfectly, I'd be like, yeah, I counted it right. I'm telling you, artists that write their shit, they know what I'm talking about. When you got to count your bars, if you never done that, maybe that might be a little, trick, because I would be like, okay, that's how I write in it, because I'm counting 16 and in it. Now let me spit a 16 that I know is 16 bars over it, and it will always just be, So I also think Nicki should do a sneaker and not collab with the brand, design it from ground up. Yeah, that would be dope too. That takes a lot of, and she has the resources to do it, but I feel like collaborations with brands that are already known are very lucrative. So she would be able to really kill it. I would love to see Nicki do like a Valentine's Day all pink Friday, like Uptown or something like that. Maybe she could do like baby pink and hot pink or something mixed together with like the heart or some shit. Or I don't know. It would be dope. I think no matter where she goes, she would be successful though. Nicki needs to give us hair extensions. Facts. So listen, y'all, we made it to the end of the video. I need to go make my vegetables and and just relax. So shout out to all of y'all who showed up today. I appreciate your support. Let me know what you thought about anything that we talked about in the video. Yeah, and this is your boy LaRon. I like an Anaconda video. If anything, she should have her own style Jordans. I remember people had those too. Remember she did that video? I seen a lot of girls with those Jordans. So, give me a second. I want to do this. Let's do this again before we get up out of here. Let's hit them with the funk flex again.
In the building was cracking.
Cracking flex.
Ready for action?
Yeah, I'm about to make a movie.
What did you say? You about to...
This is what New York flex. I've been waiting my whole life for this one, flex. Flex.
You about to make a movie?
Bow. Bow. Well, I need a run tune right now. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Body out Devin out the building. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Pull me on, shot it. Bow. Is she feeling hot and I make that fuss and I get it? Brooklyn, Trinidad. Yeah, vibes. Baby go season. Listen, love. How could I lose? Came from the bottom, but now I got nothing to prove. Ain't on my business to stay out the drama, cause I know they watching my moves. I've been too busy hating on my comments, but still ain't got nothing to do. I just lay at the top and go watching my views. You ain't get my spot, now you dropping a woo. Damn, already chose. Won't get my heart cause it's already froze. A quarter of my money, I'm already gone. If you look in my face, then I'm already known. Since I ain't selling my body for numbers, I gotta spend extra 20 on my clothes. Really that shorty, that's word of my mother. Her daughter be stepping anywhere she go. I'm her. If I can't sell no records, these dimes hurt. Need a wire going through my verse. Hit a milli speaking up on my hurt. Pretty little tatted shorty, why would I curse? I was just on the block in the east, made a bop on the beat. Now labels wanna sign her. And I don't gotta drop every week cause they flap when I speak. I never need reminders. Yeah, I get it. Baby gold is the realest one in it. And the stars in my windows is tinted. Now my ex trying to see how I'm living. Nigga painting, I really be chill. I just took me a shot at 10-3 to the wicked. No, my block, I ain't see you come spin it. That's not who you are, better speak how you living. Look, give me a budget before I step through. I be fighting my demons, but I'm blessed too. Send me a block, I'll address you. I could bag me and start up in a sweatsuit. Diamonds is dancing, that's my best move. Pay me to walk up in your venue. I'm in the spot, but see, I've been new. We do not respond to thirst and get views. I do what I like. I could wake up today, get a feature, go hit up Liana and buy me some ice. Had to walk out the spot on my knee, they see where I'm going. I tell them it's spice. Play yourself, but don't play with your life. Got a bag of you still on my tight. Sure they be watching everything I do and still and get it right. Bow!
Well,
She feel hot enough like that.
I got questions.
Like every time. Yeah, we back.
I feel like when there's a mic and there's a stand up and there's an aggressive look down,
flex.
that makes me feel like